What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel today. We are continuing with our standard format decks, and it looks like almost 60% of you guys watching this video or my videos are not subscribed. So I would really appreciate if you guys take this time to hit that subscribe button, hit that like, comments would be greatly appreciated, but we're going to try to grow together. And as soon as the competitive season is back underway, we're going to get some cool content on the road. So before we jump into the deck, Shield TCG had a tournament. They kicked off their season 4 or 5, I don't really know, but they kicked it off, and a weird combination of cards, Mew3 and Rapid Strike Urshifu, or I guess as people are calling it Jitfu, ended up winning the event. So let's kind of talk about the deck and see how it works. Fu slash like Rapid Strike Mew3, whatever you want to call it, fighting Mew3, the Worcestershire sauce, I guess we could call it if we're going with the condiment meme. Deck that Simon Trottier used to win Shield, and unironically in the finals it was a mirror match, which is pretty crazy to think about because this is a deck that nobody had really heard about, seen of before really this week. We all knew Mew3 existed, like the Galaxy Mew3 slash like Jit2, whatever, you know, the whole Psychic Mewtwo with energies deck, and then we knew Rapid Strike existed. Maybe either you've heard about it on this channel or just seen about it in general. So we knew these cards existed in their own capacity, but why now? What changed to put these two cards together? So let's kind of talk about the deck and see how it works. You have Mew3 with Perfection. So, and then you have Tag Purge as one of your attacks. Clear Vision's really good against decks like ADP and opposing Mewtwo mirror matches. Even Fire decks kind of gives you an upper hand in a situation where you can just kind of Clear Vision for tempo, and then there's no big one-shot threat coming back onto you, especially against things like Pika as well. We have Trevnor using Night Watch Marnie late game, or Night Watch with Reset Stamp to kind of get rid of our opponent's hand. A little bit of a cute combo. We have Gengar Mimikyu with Poltergeist, an attack we all know, love, and possibly hate. And then we have Horror House. But unlike the previous iteration with the Psychic Mewtwo deck, where we want to go second and try to Star Search on turn 1, I think we would rather go first and try to just get an attachment down or get Single Strike Urshifu going, because we want to be hitting with Poltergeist turn 2, kind of just going in with as many heavy hitting attacks as we can, rather than Star Searching turn 2 like the old variant wanted to do. We also have a copy of Tina Chomp. Using Horror Energies, they could proc Calamitous Slash onto themselves, which is really cute. I like that. It's an option, and GG End is a really cute GX attack. We're playing, like, effectively fighting energies, I guess, in the form of Aurora. So we have the Rapid Strike Urshifu line, the 2-2. Now, it's a very splashable line, because for one fighting, we are basically doing a lot of damage, and Rapid Strike Energy is a splashable energy. So kind of, we take the Dragapult Urshifu engine that existed, and replace the Dragapults with Mewtwo. Our support Pokemon are pretty self-explanatory, so let's jump into the rest of the deck. We have 3 Cherish, 4 Quick, and 2 Communication as our search cards, as well as 2 Tag Calls, which pretty much nets us a lot of the cards in the deck. So we're not really, like, floundering to find pieces as we go. We have 4 copies of Switch, 2 copies of Swell, and some of the tag supporters are in there, just obviously. There's no Cynthia Caitlyn, which is a notable omission from the winning list, so we're not really going to harp on that too much. But these cards kind of let you keep the strategy going. You're free-flowing. You go Mewtwo into Gale Thrust, and you kind of just like get a bunch of damage onto the board and clean up in whatever way you see fit as you can continue the game. There's 4 copies of Marnie, because Marnie is going to be our pivotal disruption supporter, just because we don't really care about drawing too many cards. We need 1 to 2 energy to really get our the ball rolling. We have cards like Dedenne and Crobat that will draw us a lot more cards, so we don't really need to think about it too much. We have Air Balloon, Karate Belt, and Stealthy Hood, all that can be fetched by our 1 copy of Guzma Hala. Karate Belt is really good because we're going to play from behind sometimes, maybe most times, and we can set up a game plan where we go like Karate Belt, attach Rapid Strike, discard 120, 120, kind of set up a game plan where we can kind of go from there. 1 copy of Stealthy Hood because Mimikyu does exist in the format, and we don't want our Mewtwo's to be shut off in especially mirror matches or against Rapid Strike specifically. We have 3 copies of Rapid Strike Energy because, yes, we don't need 4. We do have 4 Aurora, so it's kind of counting as double-edged sword, where the 1 Aurora also acts as our Gale Thrust engine. But the Rapid Strike Energy does set us up for the G-Max Rapid Flows, because we can't use this on Mewtwo. And, I mean, I guess we could use Horror Energy onto the Rapid Strike Urshifu, but we would rather not. We'd rather have it on our Psychic attackers. So that's kind of the list. It's a little bit self-explanatory. So let's jump into some games and see how the deck performs, shall we? Today we're up against Betten Who. He looks like he's playing a Pika deck box, but remember, in our previous videos, we have been baited by the deck box metagame. So we don't really know what they could be playing. We want the coin flip. We do want to go first. I think as opposed to a star searching turn 2, we want to get as many pieces out as we can. Turn 1, basically this quick ball we're going to quick ball away a Marnie, grab ourselves an Urshifu, bench that, and all of a sudden we're going to get position regardless of what we're up against. I can throw the Karate Belt onto there if I want to. I can hold it. I can also tag call, find ourselves another piece. Yeah, we don't have an energy attachment, which is the only real downside to everything, I think. But otherwise, we're okay. We're in an okay spot. We do have pieces to kind of get us going, flowing next turn. Our hand is actually really, really strong. Yeah, so let's see what we're up against to get the ball rolling. Karate Belt, obviously, like I said earlier, quick ball, tag call. We are going first. Our opponent's taking a literal year and a half. I don't know what's up. Evital, so it looks like probably an Eternatus deck. Let's go ahead and start with a quick ball. Grab ourselves the Urshifu. Let's check everything in the deck. We've got our 2-2 line here. We do have 2 Rapid Strike Energy prized, it looks like. And then we have everything else. I'm going to save the tag call and everything else in this hand for next turn. We're going to go ahead and just do this. I can plop this down right here, and I can pass for turn. What I'm going to end up doing next turn is probably tag calling for Guzma and Hala. I forgot to check if it was in the deck, but I can check on the tag call. But I can grab the Guzma and Hala, discard 2 cards, grab ourselves the Stadium, grab ourselves an Air Balloon, and grab ourselves the energy to attack for turn. And we can also grab ourselves a Pokemon to Pokemon Communication back into the deck, grab ourselves the Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, but now that situation's not even possible because we're getting Marnie right here. Double Dedenne, that's pretty good. We get to actually play the game. That's fine by me. A Great Ball comes down. Now, we don't play any copies of Rope or anything, so we can't, like, Omega Punish this play. Or if he didn't bench anything else, but he is going to go ahead and bench something else that's going to continue the game going. Or keep the game going, sorry. That Power Plant is really going to hurt right here. Yeah, I don't really have an answer to that, honestly, with this hand. Maybe we played a little bit too conservatively. Maybe that can end up being my downfall. Let's see what our top deck is. Eldegoss, that's pretty good. We put a supporter in there last turn, so I can't complain about this one. We're going to grab that Marnie. Thank God, saved by the top deck. Am I right, guys? We do draw the Air Balloon, but we have nothing else past that. Unfortunately, we didn't even have an energy. I think I'd rather preserve the Jirachi and keep that. So let's go ahead and bench this and pass for the turn. We do have a switch out, so we can switch into the Jirachi next turn if we don't die and set up with a Marnie or Guzma Hala even. But it looks like we're going to probably have the Marnie. We have to move the power plant as quickly as possible, unfortunately, because I think that's going to be the factor that cripples us as we move throughout this game. If we can't answer this power plant, we can't use our Dedennes effectively, and that's going to really, really, really hurt us. Yeah, Horror House doesn't seem like an amazing GX attack this game. Tag Purge, or not Tag Purge, Clear Vision, sorry, are both, like, pretty suboptimal. So a late game Horror House kind of set us up. He does play Weakness Guard Energy, so it's going to be a little bit more annoying to deal with this situation, but we can once again try to look around on the bench, pick off, see what we can do here. Interesting. This hand was not ideal by any means, but we can work with it. He didn't attack. Let's go ahead and tag call to start the turn. We can go ahead and grab the Chaotic Swell here. The question is, what else can I do with that after that? Because I do have a Dedenne, though, so we can probably just make that play. Let's go ahead and put these 2 cards away. I think I'm going to go ahead and attach the Rapid Strike Energy this turn. We'll pull back an Aurora just because I want to have some cards potentially to work with. Do this, we'll do this. We'll go ahead and Crobat for 4. Okay, so we did grab some energies in that are a little bit unfortunate to have in our hand. But we are going to go ahead and Dedenne this turn, so we're going to go ahead and do this. Taking a prize here would be super nice, because then the math can kind of add up across the board. Nice. This is actually really strong. The only problem that I see with what's currently happening in our hand is we don't have a very good answer to just getting smacked for a lot of damage. I can Mallow and Lana, and if I get an energy out of these prize cards, I could also have set up for a G-Max Rapid Flow with a Boss's Orders, probably pulling up a Crobat, killing the Crobat and putting the 120 onto the Eternatus, or vice versa, where I bring up the Eternatus and then put the damage onto a Crobat. Getting smacked for a lot of damage would really suck here. But I do have a Malon Lana to kind of run and hide for a turn if I need to. I don't want to, though. But he has not amazing by any means, so we're going to see where it takes us. In an ideal world, we can G-Max Rapid Flow this turn. But also looking at the grand scheme of things, I don't have a really good follow-up coming in with Mewtwo and Mew the following turn. So this matchup might not be as amazing as we thought it was previously. So this matchup actually might be really, really tough, especially with weakness guard energies. So we're going to have to see how we can play this game out, because Mewtwo does get one-shot by Eternatus, so Mewtwo can't really be our answer to anything here. A ping comes down. He's obviously going to probably soften this Urshifu up. I don't see a reason why you would put it on the back unless he's planning for... No, I don't see a reason. We could also... What we could do is, with a G-Max Rapid Flow potential next turn, I could take out this Eternatus and the Spirit Tomb, or like Crobat plus Spirit Tomb, or Eternatus plus Spirit Tomb, and plan for a boss KO to end the game. None of that will be happening, it looks like. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and thin out and go Marnie, I think. I mean, I could also pivot out of the active, but I think thinning out and going Marnie is probably better. I could also Horror House this turn and see what I get. Stamp is pretty good. The problem here is I can't accelerate anything here, and this doesn't seem to be the most ideal of hands, if any. I'm just going to go ahead and retreat and pass. We're going to try to make a play in one of the next 2 turns. Crobat V comes down. We're hoping he doesn't find a boss this turn, because if he does find a boss, the game gets super difficult for us. I think probably unwinnable at that point. I don't think we can win the game if he finds a boss this turn. Karate Belt being gone off the early draw is really unfortunate also. Maybe we shouldn't have attached that and kept it in the deck. There's a boss. Okay. So not super ideal for us. We still don't outright lose. Because we did prize the other 2 Rapid Strike energies, so maybe we do outright lose. Let's think about my line. Next turn, I'm going to stamp 100% here. Next turn, I have to boss. KO. And then I got to boss once more. So my game plan contingents on 2 bosses orders. Let's go ahead and quick ball to shuffle up our deck a little bit. I'm going to Marnie once again, so let's grab this and put it away. If not, I would have attached here, but I don't think attaching there is ever correct. This is really bad. Don't really know what I can do here. So we're just going to attach and pass. The ideal scenario is we get the boss plus a way to do something where I can take out the Crobat, and there's the boss's orders. That's game 1. Very unfortunate. That was a lot of nothing going right for us. So let's see what happens in a game 2 scenario. A game 2 against Karas 0-0. Charizard deck box doesn't mean anything. I also have a Charizard deck box, so in this wild deck box metagame. We're going to see what happens here. Going first or second doesn't really matter. That game we missed a lot of tools. That early Power Plant really hurt us. The chain of Marnies that both myself and my opponent exchanged really put us into a weird situation where it didn't feel like there was a correct line of play to take. He's opening a Crobat. He is probably going to think we're playing Urshifu based on our opener. So we'll see what happens. An early game Marnie hits the discard. Don't really know what that entails, but we can see, I guess, like play for something off of that. Gengar Mimikyu, so maybe we're up against like a mirror match, for example. Maybe he's looking to Horror House next turn. a vanilla Psychic Energy. Maybe it's Dragapult or Gengar Omastar. Those are all potential options he could be playing. Either way, my hand is not the best. I could simply bench the Trevnor attached to it and look for a Pale Moon. Turbo Patch. Oh. That's new. It's Dragapult. Okay. Well, I was like, what? I was like, what am I up against? Okay. Some things still remain questionable at best. But I could just throw down the Trevnor and attach to it. I don't mind doing that. He missed the attachment after not attaching, so this I don't think doesn't matter as much. We're going to the Eldegoss. We're going to go ahead and just detonate this hand, I think. We're going to go ahead and put the Trevnor down and attach to Trevnor. We can set up for Pale Moon. I also think... I just think, like, it's a better place to put our energy than the Urshifu. I think Urshifu is, like, a gigantic liability right now. I know he didn't do anything, but we're going to Morning anyway. Because I want to see more cards, and I want to put him at less cards. Nice. This is actually pretty good. We're going to go to the boss, and we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a copy of Jirachi. So this gets rid of our weakness for us, and we're okay. We're going to keep this in hand in case we get Horror Housed. Power Plant comes down. Just a null wipe here. Turbo Patch. Tails. Whew. Attachment again. Bird Keeper. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Dragapult comes down. Gengar Mimikyu. No Horror House. I'm going to go ahead and bench this. Okay, this is pretty okay. It's not good. I wouldn't say good by any means. It's okay. I don't want to put the stamp away. That kind of sucks. Crobat's what we have to do here, though. What's better to Stealthy Hood here? I think... probably Jirachi. Just make sure I don't get my abilities turned off by Mimikyu. So we can retreat and go for a Star Search. Or I can retreat and just go for a Horror House. He might be playing on Horror Housing me to a lot of cards and seeing where it takes him. So if I house him first, I could play for a Poltergeist. Or I could Star Search and accelerate an energy onto the board. Or I could just retreat and Pale Moon. I'm just going to retreat and Pale Moon. It's a super aggressive strategy. But if this pays off, even if he Horror Houses, there's nothing he can really do if this pays off. And if it doesn't pay off, and he moves out of the active, then he has to find 2 pivot cards at the same time. And we know all he did last turn was Bird Keeper. So he has to find 2 pivot cards as well as an attachment. So I'm forcing him to have a lot of pieces all at one time. So there's the Bird Keeper. So immediately my plan did not pay off. There's an attachment. And probably going to be a retreat Horror House. No, just a bite. Very interesting. Okay. I don't understand, but we'll take it. Okay, that's good. I'll take that any day of the week. I think I'm going to hold. It's reminding me that I need to drink water. So if you guys have not stayed hydrated, I just have to like turn the alarm off. But if you guys have not drank water, remember to stay hydrated because water is good for you. So now we're in a position where, well, he's gonna probably poltergeist me back because he can't Whorehouse my hand. And I only have 3 items, which is really nice that I didn't draw like more than what I needed to off the prizes, which is very nice actually. He has to start establishing 4 Bird Keeper. What? He has to start establishing another attacker here, and so in the process of establishing another attacker, if I can find one of my Aurora energies, I have 1 remaining Aurora energy and 3 Rapid Strike energies. I don't remember what's in the deck. I can look for a boss play in 2 turns. And simply take out a Dedenne or a Crobat, because I presume this Gengar Mimikyu is probably going to hit the dirt in a second here. This power plant does get the stake and does get a lot of value here, which really sucks for me, because that means this guy is a sitting duck, realistically speaking. So if he gets the VMAX next turn, he is a sitting duck. So let's go ahead and thin out a little bit. But I do have all the energies I need, and I have the bosses in the deck. So let's go ahead and grab stuff to put to the bottom of the deck. By that I mean grab nothing. I'm trolling. I could also have put the Psychic here and looked for the Rapid in 1 of 2 turns. There's a Swell also. So this actually lines up kind of perfectly. I'm debating whether or not to switch this turn and just hit. I think switching this turn is also just fine, because I get to keep this alive. No, that's actually a terrible play. I don't know why I made that play. That's actually a completely, like, that's probably one of the worst plays I could have made, actually. Now that I think about it, that play was so bad. And the reason that play was so bad is because now if he evolves into the VMAX, he can very freely just put the damage counters here and knock it out. And so I've given him a way to end the game. But no, if I left this active, I also lose the game because he can take these 2 out. So it's actually fine. It's actually fine. It's not the worst play I could have made. I could have made way worse plays. So I've kind of inadvertently avoided the crisis, but also if he has a boss plus VMAX, I lose the game. Or VMAX, like double, triple, Zigzagoon pings. Now this being said, I do not have the boss's orders in my hand. There are 2 bosses in my 11 card deck. Okay. I always gotta hold my breath when there's a coin flip involved. I'm always a little bit scared. Sure, take that. This is a little bit unfortunate just because Karina's focus for 6. Wow, I cannot believe that actually worked for him. This is a little bit unfortunate and scary for me just because I don't know if I have any pivots left to pivot out. I don't have the Malon Lana, I don't have the Guzman Hala, so my tag call is a dead card, and I'm getting reset stamp to 1. Okay. If he's smart, he won't open up a bench spot. But if he makes a mistake and opens up a bench spot, I have an out. He did open up a bench spot. Okay. So now I've been given an out. I've been given a very, very gracious out to win this game. If I top deck a Pokemon, I can put it back and get Dedenne. Or I can just Dedenne. That's fine. Switch boss would be game, but we don't hit the switch boss. Is there anything we can do? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything we can do here. That was such a close game. Into another unfavorable matchup. Let's just go out with some flair. Hit both of these guys in the back. We had pretty good odds of winning that game. But that's going to go ahead and be a concession. We do lose that game. Yeah, let's jump to the conclusion. That's the whole video. I hope you guys enjoyed this new Mew3 Urshifu deck. I know that those games weren't the best display because we had 2 bad matchups, but the deck is really cool. It has a lot of options. I don't know the perfect way to play it yet because it's a little bit foreign concept to me right now, but I hope you guys get a little bit of experience with it because Players Cup 4 Phase 2 is around the corner. There's about 10 days left to finish your keys. Get those done if you guys can, and hopefully I see you all in Phase 2. I have to still qualify. I have a lot of keys to play. I've just been a little bit busy with work. But I'll see you guys when I do. So for the rest of the night, enjoy your day, and I'll see you guys next Monday.